Welcome back, everyone. Emma here. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another yoga practice. I hope you are having a wonderful day and are ready to get some yoga going, because that's why we're here. Let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose today. You can come to the middle or back of your mat. Knees wide, arms stretch forward. Rest your belly in between your thighs and send your arms forward. I like starting here because even if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, you're kind of limiting your visual distractions. Your gaze is down at your mat. And unless maybe you have someone you live with or pets, it's kind of easy to block out what might be going on outside of the four corners of your mat. If you're having some ease blocking that out today, great. If not, that's okay too. We all have days it's a little easier to focus. I encourage you to find the sensation at the top of your inhale and the bottom of your exhale. This kind of forces you to make sure your breath is completely full. You're feeling super full at the top. And it's also forcing you to press all of the air out, completing each round of breath. Walk your hands over to the right. Bring your right hand down by your knee and think of pressing down. Kind of drop the left armpit so the shoulders are square towards the mat. Sink your left hip back towards your heel, and then can you crawl your left pinky finger a little bit more forward, big stretch. Extend your right arm all the way to the right. Sweep your left arm overhead, side stretch. So your seat comes to your heels, almost like a kneeling position. And then bring both hands onto your knees. Come up to kneeling. Your knees are wide. As you inhale, think cow pose. Bring your chest forward, arch your back, look up. As you exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, round your back like cat. Inhale, sternum forward, shoulder blades pinch, look up. Exhale, round. Create more space between your vertebrae. Let's say 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Again, finding the top of your inhale, cow pose, collarbones spread apart, and then find the bottom of your exhale on that rounding. Last one, deepest breath. Exhale, round. Walk your hands all the way forward, back to child's pose, forehead to the mat, and then hands all the way to the left. Think of walking your left hand back by your knee and kind of pressing down to spiral your chest a little to the left. That'll help drop your right armpit. Walk your right pinky finger a little bit more forward, and then breathe into your right lung. Walk your left hand more to the left. Lift your chest, side stretch. The right arm goes overhead. Bring your right hip towards your right heel. And then bring yourself up through center, hands onto your knees. This time we'll just start to circle out the chest. So drawing clockwise circles, kind of lead with your rib cage, with your heart. You can drop the chin into the chest or rock the head back on the shoulders. Just try to find some organic movement, moving the torso around in a way that we don't usually. And then we'll switch directions, so counterclockwise, anti-clockwise. Maybe close your eyes, focus a little bit less on how you think this looks, more on how it feels in your body. And then we'll meet back in a neutral position. Bring your knees together, tuck your toes. Take a seat on your heels. Move your pinkies out of the way. Bind your hands behind your back. Clamp your palms together. Puff up your chest. You should squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Try to get your ankle bones towards each other. Breathe into your feet for 3, 2, untuck your toes, 1. Start to drop the crown of your head towards the mat. If this is too much, you can bring your hands down. Otherwise, let your arms go up and over you. Squeeze your belly, press down through the tops of the ankles. You should feel a little compression, a little pressure in your cervical spine. If it's painful, again, release your hands to the mat. Try to lift up from your outer hips. How much can you round for 3, 2, 1, release your hands to the mat, lift your head, and then walk your hands out for puppy pose. Keeping those knees together, it's a completely different sensation. Lift up from the outer hips, toenails down. Then if you have the space, chin to the mat or grab the top of your mat and imagine pulling it forward. Next, inhale, come all the way forward onto your belly, Sphinx Pose. Imagine sliding yourself through, kneecaps lift, sternum forward, plug the shoulders back. Gentle tuck of your chin for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower, slide your arms out to a cactus shape, forehead down. On your inhale, lift your legs, lift your arms up off the mat. Try to pinch the shoulder blades together, gentle tuck of your chin, press your pubic bone down, and squeeze your inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. Hands under shoulders, roll up to a cobra pose. Maybe you rock yourself a little bit side to side, gaze right and left. The wider you spread the fingers, the less pressure there will be on your wrists. And then we'll press back to our first downward facing dog. Send your hips high, pedal out your legs for a few breaths. If you feel your hands are slipping on your mat, you can always grab the outside edges with the thumb on top. Focus on finding the top of your inhale, the bottom of your exhale. Find some stillness in your downward facing dog. You drive your heels in the direction of your mat. They do not need to touch. That's just where they're going. Always feel free, a little bend in the knees. Try to lengthen your arms. Press down through the finger pads, not just the palm. Imagine someone is lifting you up from your outer hips, your tailbone, like there's a string connected. And then take as many baby steps as you can, toes to the top of the mat. If you keep your legs straight, you'll work your core a little bit more. Once you get there, wider stance, grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Generous bend in your knees. Gradual opening through your upper back, the hamstrings. I really like to draw some figure 8s here. If that feels good, go for it. Jaw unclenched and then switch. Opposite forearm on top. You want to shake the head. Move the hips around in any other way that feels good. Release fingertips to the mat. Big bend right knee. Left arm goes high. Twist. Right hand under the nose. Stack the shoulders. Circle out your wrist. And if that feels good, continue or start to draw big circles with your shoulder. Switch directions. And then left hand down, halfway lift, flatten your back. Step back with your left foot only. Walk your right foot in a little bit, runner's lunge. Come up onto your fingertips, or you can use some blocks. Take a few breaths here, bend and straighten into your right leg. You could bounce the hips, keep the toes on or off the mat, you choose. We'll rebend the right knee, kind of think cow pose, a little arching of your back, your sternum comes forward, and while you're like this, drop your left knee. So you should feel a pretty big stretch through that left hip flexor. Inhale, reach both arms up, low lunge. Stamp through your right heel, lift up out of your waist, look up towards your hands, and then right hand grabs your left wrist and lean to the right. Big stretch, left side body. Think of the shoulders melting down the spine. Inhale back through center, left arm forward, right arm back. If it's too much to start, right hand to the lower back. Try to spread the collarbones apart, squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Make sure your right knee is not falling out. Half split, left hand might come down first, straighten your right leg. Your right hand can come to the outside of your foot or reach it up. Plug the right femur bone back towards the hip socket. Toes pull back in your direction. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. Turn your right toes in, then bring your hands to the long edge of your mat. So you're in kind of like a tabletop position with the right leg extended. Send your right leg back behind you, flex your foot. Your hands are probably off your mat. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze knee to nose. Inhale, send your right leg back behind you, crunch to your right tricep. Send your right leg back behind you, and then plant it all the way off to the left. Look over your left shoulder, try to find your right heel. Drop your right knee behind your left and start to sink your butt back. So kind of like cow face legs, your knees are crossed. And then I like to walk the hands a little bit over to the right, so maybe towards that top corner of your mat. Drop your head, big stretch through the outer hips. Start to walk your hands back towards our center, which is off that side of the mat, and then find a tabletop position. Then send your left leg out to the left. Inhale, come all the way up. So you're in kind of a gate pose. Turn your left toes to the back of your mat, extend your arms out nice and wide. So you're in a baby warrior 2, left toes facing the back of the mat. Think reverse warrior. Use your right hand to grab your left wrist and curl yourself towards the top of the mat. So you really have to squeeze your core to avoid falling over. Keep pressing your hips forward. As slow and controlled as you can, release your grip, right hand down, turn your left toes in, gate pose or modified side plank. Should feel a big stretch through the left side. Press down through your right hand and your left foot. Pick your right knee up, either hug it in towards your chest or shoot it out, fallen triangle. Your toes don't need to come super far forward. It's our first one. It's pretty early in class. And then bring your left hand down like you would step back to plank, but keep your right leg out to the left. The lower you sink your hips, the more you'll stretch your outer hip. 3, 2, 1. Pick your hips up, swing your right leg up and back, 3-legged downward facing dog. Once you get there, bend your knees, stack your hips, and move it around. Drive your left heel in the direction of your mat and then switch directions. Take a big breath in and center, square your hips. Exhale, step outside your right pinky finger. Lizard pose, imagine your hands could press through the mat. Squeeze your right knee in towards your right shoulder, sternum coming forward, gentle tuck of your chin, and then find a little rock forwards, backwards. Use a little momentum. Next time you rock forward, step your left foot outside your left pinky finger. All 10 toes point forward, send your butt back. Extend your arms forward, either palms face in or palms face up. Try to parallel your chest, your torso with the mat. So tailbone going back, crown going forward. Plug the shoulders back into the sockets and pull your belly button up and in for 3, 2, 1. Straight legs, bind your hands behind your back, forward fold. Clamp your palms together, enjoy the shoulder stretch, maybe add a little sway. Release your grip, left hand down, big bend in the left knee, send your right arm up. Make a fist with your right hand and roll out your wrist. If that feels good, continue or start to circle out the shoulder. And then opposite direction. Right hand comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a big step back with your right foot and then walk your left foot into a runner's lunge. Fingertips on the mat or block. Few breaths here, bend and straighten into your left leg. Move your hips around in a way that feels good. Next time your left knee is bent, pause. Bring your sternum forward, arch your back a little bit, and then once you're there, drop your right knee. Big stretch through the hip flexor, untuck your toes, bring both arms up. Lift up out of your waist. Try not to dump into the lower back. So still a lifting sensation, engage your right glute. Look up at your hands. Left hand grabs your right wrist and lean to the left. Shoulders melt. Keep squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, rise through center, left arm back, right arm forward. Again, if that's too much right now, left hand to the lower back. Try to drop the shoulders, spread the collarbones apart. Half split, bring your right hand down first, straighten your left leg. Left hand can come outside the foot or you can reach it up for a twist. Pull your belly button back towards your tailbone. Keep your toes flexed. You could always put a little bend into your knee. Release your left hand down if it's not already. Turn your left toes in towards the long edge of your mat. Pivot your right shin behind you. Both hands are off the right side of your mat. Kind of like a tabletop with the left leg extended. And then send your left leg back, flex your foot. Take a big breath in, exhale, squeeze knee to nose. Inhale, right or left leg back, flex your foot. Exhale, squeeze to the left elbow. Inhale, left leg back, and then bring it all the way over to the right, toes down. Look over your right shoulder, try to find your heel, and then drop your left knee behind your right and start to sink your hips back. Now, I like to walk the hands a little to the left, so kind of towards that top corner of your mat. Send your butt back. You should feel a gentle stretch through your outer hips, similar to a cow face pose. Walk your hands back to our quote-unquote center off the right side of your mat. Step your left knee to meet your right, and then extend your right leg out, the toes point forward. Inhale, rise, lift your shoulders over your hips, and then turn your right toes to face the back of your mat. Take a deep bend to your knee as you bring your arms wide. Almost like a warrior two, but your left knee is down. Squeeze your glute muscles towards each other and then think reverse warrior. Left hand grabs your right wrist and curl back. Keep a bend in your right knee and really squeeze into your obliques. As slow as controlled as possible, left hand to the top, straighten your right leg, toes in, sweep your right arm overhead. Modified side plank or gate. Press through the outside of your right foot, left hand, and then float your left knee, either hug it in towards your chest or shoot it out for fallen triangle. Send your hips up, squeeze. Strong right leg. Like you're gonna step back to plank, bring your right hand down. Keep your left leg extended. The lower you sink your hips, the more you stretch. 3. Strong shoulders, a little doming in your upper back. 2. 1, send your left leg all the way back, 3-leg downward facing dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip, and move it around. Right heel in the direction of your mat, and switch directions. Hips square, big breath in, exhale, step up outside your left hand, find a lizard pose. Imagine arms go through the mat, sternum forward, squeeze your inner thighs. The left knee's constantly hugging in. Your right glute is active, so your hips are even. And then add a little rock forward, backward. Use a little momentum, step your right foot outside your right pinky finger. This time, heels in, toes out, Yogi Squat. Elbows press your knees away. You can always put a block underneath your seat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Squeeze your glute muscles towards each other. That'll help your external rotation. Tailbone down, crown lift, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, lift your hips. Heel toe your feet all the way to touch. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Catch your ankles, bow. Rise all the way up, reach your arms, press your palms together. And then hands find your heart center and down by your side. Feel an engagement through your inner thighs, a little lift through the crown of your head, gentle tuck of your chin. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, right foot, left foot, you're in a high plank. This is your first chaturanga, option to drop your knees if you'd like. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, it's a back bend. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Inverted V shape, fingers spread super wide, hands shoulder width, or a little wider, I actually prefer, feet hips distance. Head relaxed, everything else engaged. If the inner palm is lifting, so between the thumb and the pointer finger, try to press it down a little more. Next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step, right foot, left foot, or jump if you're ready, top of your mat. Inhale, head up, Ardha. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, look up towards your palms, maybe a little back bend, and then hands heart, and hands side. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Palms down, step back, left foot, right foot, chaturanga. Squeeze your core as you go down. Inhale, shoulders out from the ears. Exhale, down dog. Heels melt, maybe you find a little bit more depth each time you're here. Still focus on reaching the top of your inhale where you can't sip in any more air, and the bottom of your exhale when there's nothing left to press out. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step, left foot, right foot, or jump, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, find a chair pose. Reach both arms up, sink your seat back. Weight to your heels, super light toes. Melt the shoulders, try to tuck your pelvis a little. Sweep your arms back, palms face down. Pinkies closer to each other, gentle tuck of your chin, and then send your left leg back, warrior 3. Flex your left foot, lift up from your inner thigh. Think of the outer left hip dropping. Tap your left knee to your right calf, Shiva squat. Bring both hands to heart center, press your thumbs to your sternum. Your left leg is still active, heel towards your seat. Keep your hands where they are as you take a big step back with your left foot. Reach your arms up, high lunge. How straight can you make your left leg? Melt the shoulders. Imagine you're holding a block between your hands. The arms are still active. And then twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. If it's too much, right hand to the hip. Keep squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Right hand to the hip, drop your left knee. Inhale, left arm goes up. Stay here, or right hand to the back of the thigh for 3. Curl back, 2. 1, hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Once you're there, prayer hands. Twist to the right. My mic is just a little bit in the way here, but you get the idea. Prayer twist to the right. Try to get your sternum to meet your thumbs. And then tuck your left toes, twisted lunge. Press your palms together. One fluid movement, straight legs, reverse triangle. Lift up out of your waist. Right hand is high-fiving whatever is behind you. A wall, a tree. Bend your right knee, side angle. Elbow rests on the thigh, hand to block, hand to mat. Left arm goes up. Once you're there, extend your left arm overhead and then try to spiral your chest up, almost like you're leaning back over your right leg for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, palm the mat, Vinyasa. Step your right foot back, take it through. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Look forward, step or jump to the top of your space. If you continue to step, just make sure you alternate feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Both arms up, weight to your heels, squeeze your inner thighs. Take a breath in, look up. Sweep your arms back, hover your chest. Send your right leg back, warrior 3. Flex your foot. You can keep a little bend in your left knee. Pull your belly button towards your spine, Shiva squat. Hands to heart, tap your right knee to your calf. Try to parallel your torso with the mat. Keep your hands where they are as you shoot your right foot back, high on your toes. Where you land is not where you're stuck. You can always adjust your feet and then reach your arms up. How straight can you make your right leg? Sink lower into your hips. Left arm back, right arm forward, twist. Maybe left hand to the waist or lower back. Make sure your left knee is not falling out to the left. Left hand to the hip, drop your right knee, reach your right arm up. If that's going well, left hand back of the thigh, curl back for 3, 2. As you lift your torso, hook your right elbow outside your left knee, prayer hands. Try to get your sternum towards your thumbs so you're not just twisting from like the shoulders, you're really twisting from your low belly, your entire torso. Tuck your right toes, pick that knee up, squeeze. We're here for 3, 2. Unwind, straight legs, reverse triangle. Left arm goes up and back, high five whatever is behind you. And then take a deep bend into your left knee, side angle. Elbow to thigh, hand to mat, hand to block. Right arm up, and then try to extend your right arm overhead. Spiral your chest up, almost like you're leaning back over your left thigh for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, breath, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, palm the mat, Vinyasa. Take it through and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Next, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. We're moving through that one breath, one movement. Move at your own pace. If there's something that doesn't feel good, skip it. If you'd like to add something on, go for it. Bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, arms back, left leg back. Tap left knee to right calf, hands heart. Step your left foot back, reach your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Left knee down, exalt, big breath in. Exhale, hook the elbow, prayer hands. Tuck your left toes, twisted lunge. Inhale, reverse triangle, straight legs, reach up and back. Exhale, side angle, elbow to thigh, extend. Inhale, reverse, keep a bend in your right knee. Exhale, palm the mat, Vinyasa. You can even float your right leg for an added challenge. Inhale up, exhale down. Next, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your space. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, arms back, right leg back. Shiva squat, right knee, left calf, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big step back with your right foot and send your arms up, high lunge. Take a big breath in, and then sweep your left arm back, right arm forward. Drop your right knee, exalt. Reach your right arm up and back, big breath in. Prayer twist, right elbow, left knee. Hook it, and then tuck your right toes. Pick that knee up. Inhale, reverse triangle, straight legs. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, palms down, step or jump back, vinyasa. Meet in downward dog, and we have the option to do that one more time. Or if you prefer to sit it out, hold a child's pose or downward facing dog. If you're ready, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top. Inhale, head up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, arms back, left leg lift. Shiva squat. Big step back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Back knee down. Inhale, exalt. Exhale, hook it and tuck your left toes. Pick your knee up. Inhale, reverse triangle. Reach up and back, look up. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, vinyasa. Follow the pace of your breath, whether that's slower or faster than mine, that's okay. We'll do that on the left side, and then it's all downhill. Inhale, heels up, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, chair, that's your inhale. Exhale, arms back, right leg back. Warrior three. Tap your knee to your calf, hands to your heart. Shoot your right foot back, land on your toes. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Drop your knee, exalt, that's your inhale. Hook your right elbow over your left knee, exhale. Tuck those toes while you're there, lift it up. Inhale, reverse triangle, straight legs. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, palm the mat, vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Bring your feet wider, toes point forward. Walk your hands a few inches towards you and then bring your thumbs to touch. Spread the fingers wide and then reach your right hand towards your left ankle, twist. Once you're there, send your hips a little to the right. Try to gaze under your left armpit. Press your left hand forward and down for 3, 2, 1. Right hand meets the left, switch. Left hand outside, right ankle. Pull yourself through, look under your right armpit. Can you shift your hips a little to the left? Thumbs together, step or jump your feet outside your pinky fingers. Heels in, toes out. This time we're going for a twist. Use your right elbow to block your right knee, lift your left arm high. Peel your chest open. Notice you're probably shifting into your right foot, so can you stamp down through your left heel, even out the weight in your feet. And switch. Left elbow blocks left knee, right arm high. Same thing, you're probably shifting weight to the left, so can you press down through your right heel? 3, 2, 1. Any way you want to get to a seat. Extend your left leg, bend your right knee so you're seated inside your heel. Your right toes point back, and then use your hand to kind of move your calf out of the way. From here, you can stay where you are as long as there's no pain. If you want more stretch, start to go back one elbow, one forearm at a time. Try to keep both sitting bones on the mat. If it's still going well, you can come all the way down onto your back, even reach your arms up overhead and grab opposite elbows. You'll notice your right hip wants to lift. Try to pull it back down, squeeze your knees towards each other, getting a nice stretch through the top of the right knee. This is really great for people who like to run, walk, climb, bike, any repetitive movement on the knee joint. Start to lift yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and then seated figure 4, walk your heel closer to you, puff up your chest. Flex your right foot. The closer your heel is towards your seat, the deeper the stretch. Left leg can straighten or stay bent. You're going for a twist. Maybe the left foot comes towards your right hip. Hook your left elbow outside your right knee and twist to the right. Melt the shoulders, collarbones broaden for 3. 2. 1. As you unwind, come back through center, extend both legs, bend your left knee, take a seat inside your left foot, and then move your left calf out of the way. Knees towards each other, stay exactly where you are, or start to lower one elbow, one forearm at a time. Hug the knees towards each other, maybe you drop your shoulders back. One side might feel a little different than the other, so take your time, be gentle. You should feel a little arch, little compression in your lumbar spine, hopefully nothing painful. If it is, you'll start to make your way out. And then slowly start to make your way back up, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh once you get there. Make sure you come out slowly. Bend your right knee, seated figure 4. The closer you sit towards your right heel, the deeper the stretch. Make sure your left toes stay flexed. Puff up your sternum for 3, 2, 1. Right leg can extend, or you can keep it bent. Right foot towards your left sitting bone and twist to the left. Use the pressure of your elbow on your knee to twist and gaze over your left shoulder. Try to keep your left sitting bone on the mat, especially if that right knee is still bent. Slowly unwind, extend both legs, shake out your legs in a popcorn, and then come all the way down onto your back, immediately sending your legs overhead for plow pose. Now, if plow pose doesn't feel good or you're not ready for it, seated forward fold is a great option. Otherwise, hands come to support your lower back. Tuck your chin, make sure you're not turning your head side to side. Stay here, or hands support your low back. Lift your legs up, shoulder stand. Gaze towards your feet, squeeze your inner thighs. Your glutes are still firm. Use more palm, less fingers. That'll feel better on your wrists. Stay here, extend legs overhead, bend your knees, ear pressure pose. Squeeze your knees towards your temples or your ears. This is a pretty big rounding through your upper back. Try to press down through the back of your skull. And then slowly start to lower yourself down all the way into any final resting posture that you choose. If you have a few moments, I encourage you to set a timer for 2 minutes. Take rest in Savasana, pause me, and then when you're ready, unpause. Try to focus on your breath, finding the top of the inhale and the bottom of your exhale, and pause now. Slowly start to come back, wiggle the fingers and toes, maybe a little movement side to side. When you're ready, take a big stretch. Knees to chest, give yourself a squeeze. Roll to your right or left side, fetal pose. Slowly as you can, make your way up to any comfortable seats. Hands in your lap or hands on your knees. Bring your hands to heart center, take a big breath in. Exhale completely. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, your afternoon, your evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy practicing, and my name's Emma.